What's up, everybody? Welcome back to I Do It.
I'm Jeremy. For some reason, I didn't say it in the moment.
And today is harvest day. And we get to harvest Grandpa's grapes.
But first, I need to clean off a couple of buckets.
Yeah.
And as you saw, there is a lot of grapes. A lot more than what we had last year. And I'm going to end up trimming these grapevines back a great deal this year. I'm excited by how much they've grown over the years. I'm glad they took and they're in pretty good health. We haven't really cultivated much as far as trimming. We just kind of let them go a little bit wild. So, but if you can't tell, my top stringer is sagging a lot. I'm gonna have to reinforce it in the center, but I need to get all that weight off of there so I can tighten it back up, and that means a lot of these plants need to get trimmed back. Alright, so this is the before and after. As you can see, I did cut a lot of it. Alright, and we're going to use the same recipe we did last year. We already sorted through and mashed up all the grapes. So now we're just straining it. One of the big differences from last year is we're using liquid pectin. We used powdered pectin last year. So we're going to follow the recipe more closely than we did last year. The jelly was still good. It was just super, super thick. And once you refrigerated it, it was more like soft taffy almost, as opposed to jelly. And that's because we added more, just a smidge more pectin than the recipe called for, and we cooked it longer than a minute. I believe if you go back and review my video from last year, we might have cooked it anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so that was the final run through cheesecloth. It didn't pick up a whole lot. And now I'm going to pour it in the pot with 7 cups of sugar. Yes, you heard me right. That is 7 cups of sugar.
Sugar.
And get it all stirred in. Alright, once you get that stirred in there, good.
That should be good.
You're going to heat it up until it comes to a rolling boil. And then we're going to add our pectin. And then we're going to stir that in. Once you're satisfied with how incorporated you have, we're going to cook it for 1 minute.
It was 108 on my counter when you were done. Yeah. So we'll go to 208.
Alright, now I didn't mention this before, but you should have a separate pot. That's your canning pot. And once you get your mixture cooking for that 1 minute, you should pull your jars out of that pot that you had in there sterilizing for 10 minutes at least. You should pull those out and get them ready, because once we pull this off the heat, we're going to want to get those into the jars and then back into your canning pot to seal them up, hopefully.
And also, I bet you get the jars out, because it takes a second to peel it up. Scrape the foam.
Now, before we just start ladling and pouring into cans, we have to scoop the foam off of the top. It's not 100% necessary, but it does make the jelly look more aesthetically pleasing.
We don't have the best lighting in here this late at night.
Oh well.
After we got everything ladled into the jars, we're gonna prep them for their canning bath. And what I'm doing here is I'm rubbing some vinegar on the rim just to disinfect, make sure there's no bacteria or anything in the way of the sealing process. So then we're gonna put the lid on and screw it on. You want to make sure you don't do it too tight, but also not too loose. After that, we're gonna put them in the pot of boiling water, and you want to boil that for at least 5 minutes. We did 6 minutes just because, as you see, the pot's like really hot, but it's not boiling water. We have to have the top back on it, so we boiled it for an extra minute just to give it that time to get up to a rolling boil. After that time's up, you take them out.
For that one.
And if you listen closely, you'll be able to hear some of the cans actually sealing as I'm putting them in the box. And then what we do is we wrap them in a towel so that they cool down slowly overnight.
Okay, so altogether we did 5 batches, and we ended up getting 48 jars. However, 8 of them did not seal, so we are just going to keep them in. It's not that they're bad because they didn't seal, but we're going to keep them and just try and use them up before they do go bad. And we'll probably give 1 or 2 of these to like our parents to use up in the next week or two. Also, if you notice here, one batch kind of came out lighter than the other batches, which all came out dark. These came out kind of blonde. We did do a taste test. Obviously, you see we took some out of this one and we took some out of that one to see if there was a difference, and there was not. If you can make grape jelly and you know why this is, and you happen to see this, let me know in the comments below why one batch turned out darker and one batch turned out lighter than the others. We were kind of curious. But yeah, so our recipe did do 9 to 10 cans of jelly, whereas the recipe says it'll do 8. So just prepare yourselves if you're going to follow this recipe. Just know that you're probably going to get maybe a jar or 2 more than what you were expecting. Well, that's going to do it for me. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you liked that video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new around here, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button so you get more videos. Stay up to date by hitting the notification bell. And if you're really feeling frisky, you can share on all your social media platforms. It really helps the channel grow. Hopefully I'll see you around. If you like that video, maybe you'll like this video. Check it out. Let me know what you think.